Hello, everyone. It's Margaret here with 60 and Me, and thank you so much for joining us today. If you're new here, welcome. We have a lot of new women joining our community, and we're very happy to have you here. We are committed to helping women over 60 live the best life they can and to live with passion and purpose, and to just overcome some of the aging stereotypes that we face every day. Now, if you're over 60, you are in what is affectionately known as the third. It's that time in your life, 60 to 90, 100, that you are doing things differently. It's different. I mean, I know people talk about being older, feeling older when they're in their 30s and 40s, but when you turn 60, you're in a different category. And one of our bloggers, Debbie Hensley, wrote this really great article about 5 ways to relax and enjoy this. Enjoy this life after 60. And I think it's such a powerful thing. The result is, of course, less stress, less worry, less concern with what people think about us, less concern with, judgment. And that invisibility cloak that we all like to talk about not wanting, we get to enjoy it when we want. We get to be our own person at our own pace, wear what we want, go where we want. And it's a really liberating time of our lives. Yes, there are some, social issues that we need to deal with. We need to navigate that world that we live in. But Debbie does some really good job here of talking about 5 ways to relax. And I'm going to talk to you about those today. Maybe you're already doing most of them yourself, but here's 5 ways that she suggests. First, stop worrying about fashion rules. There are no fashion rules. Just be comfortable. Be comfortable and be yourself. This is the time of the life of your life. If you had to, for example, go to work for 30, 40 years wearing a suit or wearing, a sort of an outfit that was socially acceptable in that kind of context, you don't have to do that anymore. You're free. You're officially free. Now we're motivated by sort of comfort and common sense and expression of who we really truly are and what we love to wear. I like to wear my bright necklaces. I wear jewelry. I like to wear glowy makeup. I like to just feel more like a natural version of me. Not that I really, to be honest, paid too much attention to the rules as I was going through the workplace, and I worked in jobs where I could be flexible. But you know what I'm talking about. We put ourselves together now in a way that we feel confident, we feel strong, and we feel happy. And that's just the way that we should be living. Of course, the pandemic has helped us a lot to sort of buy those clothes that were super comfortable. And Debbie talks about grocery store attire. You've seen those funny ads where people are taking out their evening dresses to take out the garbage, but the point is, we should be able to go to the grocery store or go out in the street without having to worry about what we're wearing. We should enjoy it. Casual is your game. Go for it. If it's not, I still dress up. I still like to wear clothes that are kind of put together, and that's okay too. So there's nothing wrong with overdressing to go to the grocery store. Just wear what you want. Second thing is to stop worrying about what other people think of you. It doesn't matter. It does not matter. Not that maybe it never ever mattered to you. Maybe you're one of those people that always, just did your own thing and didn't care about other people's opinions. But I think most of us had some social structure that we needed to think that we were following and, and do and be conscious of other people's perceptions. We always say that clothes are the way that you communicate your personality, your values. But we can get beyond that now. There were all kinds of challenges that we faced in the workplace, where people were maybe more likely to criticize or to comment on or to try to pull people into a definition of what they thought was appropriate for their age or their role or whatever. But don't worry about people's opinions about you, your family, your friends. As we get older, our families do their own thing. They take on their own personalities, and they live life in the way that they want to live it, true to themselves. And that's not always what society, acknowledges. It may be something completely different. But just stop worrying about what other people think of you and your family, and just do your thing. Just take advantage of the good friendships, the friendships that you've built over the years that were based on trust and on who you are, not what you do or how much money you have or whatever. Other thing not to worry about, this is another thing that Debbie talks about that I think is really helpful in learning how to relax, is relax about keeping up with the latest, whatever the latest is. When you're younger, you're always looking for that new innovation or that new thing or that new development or that new product or that new item of clothes. You're on trend all the time, or at least you're trying to be. I mean, by the way, I'm just projecting here my own situation because you may not have been like that at all. It may not be your way, but there's a kind of a fear of missing out that happens today with social media. Now, I just recently started recording videos for Instagram, but maybe 2 years ago now, but also TikTok. And I'm having a really interesting time on TikTok because most of the people, over 80%, 90%, are under 30 years old. And so it's a very interesting dialogue about, what's the latest makeup, the latest technology, the latest hack, the life hack, the latest discovery, the latest new place to go have a holiday. And it's all that kind of pulling you into that desire to experience the very latest thing, what's up and coming. And, in a way, I think if anything, for me, the pandemic, staying at home and being more by myself, 24/7, weren't we all? Is that we learned to make do with what we had. We learned to compromise. We learned to just take things that we've been using for years and use them in a different way, or think about the clothes that we were wearing and just doing it in a way that's more, I don't know, just aligned, as I said before, aligned to our own personal style rather than something new that's like the latest trend. I was looking the other day at a dress. I want to go in these shops. I always look at the colors rather than the shape or the even what it is. Do you do that? I get in my mind, today I'm going to look for peach. I'm going to look for salmon colored coral stuff. And anyway, I found this dress, and it was one of those dresses where it had the slit, kind of coming across here, like it was open. And on the back, it had like a little slit. And I thought, okay, well that's the latest trend, and it actually would probably look nice on a lot of you, and it wasn't for me. But I didn't feel this desire to just over purchase things that I knew were just a trend or they were just going to be there. I must admit, though, when it comes to a technology like computers and phones and the latest kind of technology innovation, I'm all for that. And healthcare, I'm all for that. Because if you go to the doctor these days, or to the hospital, if you have to go, the way they've got your records and they've got all this immediate access to technology, medicine, to be responsive if you've got something wrong. And so I think that those innovations, keeping up with the latest innovations in those areas, even supplements, I've come sort of full source around. I won't mention any of the ones I take because they're probably not mainstream, but they're not illegal at all. They're just ones that are plant-based. Most of them are plant-based, and they're just ones that Mother Nature has always had available for us, and now people are putting them into supplements that we can enjoy. So there's keeping up with those types of things that are good for your health or good for your mental state, that you actually know that there's things you can do to save time or energy. Then I would say go for that. Why not? But it's that obsession with exercise and diet. Like just eat normal food. I've actually, by the way, I will share my little latest in with food, is I actually now have gone more to a plant-based diet. Is anybody else into that? I'm making these little poke bowls. I call them Buddha bowls, which are bowls that are assortments of plants or vegetables. Fresh vegetables, maybe, and I do occasionally have fish or chicken, so that mixing it, not completely plant-based. But I have found I really enjoy that way of eating, where you're looking at individual, like peppers on one side, avocado on the other, some hummus, some quinoa. I always pronounce it wrong. Is it quinoa or quinoa? But or rice, whatever you prefer. But anyway, I like those kinds of things. And those are the latest and greatest, and that's okay, in my opinion. The other thing that you should not, that's going to help you to relax more, is just not having this obsession with everyone agreeing with you. You can be inflexible and say, that's how I feel on that topic, and I'm never changing my mind. But, given the world today, we have to be aware that not everyone's going to agree with us. And if you have a different view than the people that are in power, then you have the power to vote them out. And that's all I will say about the world, because there's things happening that are just in my opinion and opinion of many, very difficult for a large group to accept. And if you don't like it, you can change it. That's the power of democracy. And if I know we're in 150 countries, and many of our women maybe don't feel that freedom, but I think we've got to use our voice, and we've got to use, of all ages, especially older women, because we've got some time here. We can put our attention to things that matter to us. So that's important. So no one's going to always agree with you, but there are things you can do to put your own belief system forward and to not feel bad about that. So those are just, I don't know if that's 5 or not, but those are things that Debbie says you can do to feel more relaxed in your 60s. And I know at the end there, it maybe felt like I was putting some urgency on doing things, which is not relaxing. But I think in being what's the word, like contributing and being significant in this world is a very, very important human need, and we can do it. We can do it even despite the fact that we're in this third of our lives, which is fabulous. We're so fortunate to have this opportunity. So hope that you're doing well, everybody. If you enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up or like it, because that's how we're getting more women aware of 60andMe, because YouTube loves to share things that have got comments and that have got views. And so when you like the video, please like it. It helps a lot. And subscribe to the channel, of course. But take really good care of yourselves, sending you lots and lots of love, respect, and a desire for you to live the happiest, healthiest life that you possibly can. Take good care, everybody. Bye-bye.